Bringing the business crew back in the building, man. What's going on with you, man? That's BC right here. You got Nick, man. What's going on, B?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. Man, it's a lot to unpack right now, man.
Yeah, man. We been out for a minute, man. So it's been a lot of shit going down, B.
Yeah, I had to take a little trip. I ended up shooting down there to St. Louis.
Okay.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just got back from that, man. So yeah, we ready to go ahead and get it going, man. What's good?
Man, I'm good, man. What you go to St. Louis for?
Actually went for a funeral. Yeah,
Oh,
one of my
okay, okay.
one of my buddies moved down there a few years back, and he passed away due to some health issues and stuff like that. So one
Okay.
of the guys from the neighborhood, so we went down there to pay our respects or whatever. He actually just had a memorial service or whatever. So R.I.P. to the big homie Bear, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man, Joe. So look, let's dive right into this thing, man. Over the weekend, a couple people went home. You know what I'm saying? My Knicks went home. Only reason I'm saying my Knicks because I rock with Jalen Bronson. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
me too.
They end
Me
up
too.
they end up going seven with the Indiana Pacers, man. I just think they ran out of gas, ran out of bodies, and I think Jalen. I mean, I ain't gonna say I think Jalen ended up getting hurt as well. So
Yeah.
hey man, they shout out to the Pacers, man. They was able to fend them off and hold them off, and they get that dub. You know what I'm
Let me ask
saying?
you a question about that right quick. Let's stay on this Nick series right quick. Do you think, because it's like this is what happens with Tom Thibodeau teams.
Mm.
Do you think like his teams are always competitive, and they gritty, but he need to. I think. Do you think? I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say what I think. Do you think he need to trust more of his players or more? You know what I'm saying, and lengthen that rotation because I say that because his players constantly get hurt.
All right, now this obviously this been a 10-year long discussion, obviously due to what I'm saying, with especially with us in the Chicago area. You know what I'm saying, because we saw Derrick Rose go down and stuff like that. For what people feel is that I so I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be the first one to admit that I am a Tom Thibodeau supporter. Like I like Tibbs. Like even when he was
Me
here,
too.
I think that what I'm saying, it was kind of unfair, whatever, like that. A lot of the criticism and stuff that he received because it's like Tibbs get the most out of his players. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna get the most out of them guys, man. But I looked at something because obviously that's a narrative that's out there. It's been out there for years.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge people to go look at the minutes. Ain't nobody playing high minutes. Like if you go look at during that stretch that people talking about with Tibbs and everything like that, the person that's playing the high minutes is Dang, and he had a season where he played like 39 minutes. Other than that, nobody else is playing over 36 minutes for his
Now you can't
teams.
say that for the Knicks though. You,
Yes,
you can say.
listen, look, I'm looking at the Knicks right now. I'm looking at this series right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Bronson played 36 minutes a game. DiVincenzo played 39. Josh Hart played 38.5. Nobody else has played, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is in the 20s and the 30s.
Yeah, but your main players, be and it's just and like I said, it's just a question because the bodies are going down, and it's like this. It's synonymous with his teams. The bodies go down, so that's all I'm asking. Like I'm not saying
Okay,
that.
now let me ask you this, and not to cut you off, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
Besides Rose, who else went down with the Bulls?
shit, Dang was hurt too. Dang, remember Dang had got hurt playing all the minute. Dang. I mean, Dang kept playing, but he got hurt during that stretch. I want to say, uh, I think he was starting. Mike Dunleavy had got hurt. I'm not saying like he played like 40 minutes a game, but I mean, I'm just saying like I think it's synonymous with his teams now. I do agree with you when you say that he gets the most out of his players. He does. His teams are highly competitive. You know what I'm saying? He does that. And like I said, I'm just posing a question because
No, I mean, obviously we know that there's a narrative out there, but
yeah,
like
I'm posing that
when I,
question.
and it's funny you say that because you remember the game that Rose got hurt, we was up like a dub in the fourth or something, you know, and so we just had the discussion on the book. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I years ago I made a post doing a playoff series when the Golden State was up 27 on somebody, and Stephen was still in the game. So just because a player's in the game late in a blowout don't necessarily correlate to an injury. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
I'm just talking about like the style of play. Like think about it, like I think they style of play is totally different from Matib's style of play. So they going hard, you know what I'm saying, all game. So it's
how
like, I don't know.
how else was New York gonna get this far without going hard?
I
Like,
get it.
I'm saying that team that they have right now,
Mm-hmm.
with Randall being hurt and you know what I'm saying, like Hart and all them, that and other. How else was he gonna get what he got out of them guys without them guys playing hard?
And I agree with you. My whole thing of it is you don't trust none of these guys to come in to give you some type of energy off the bench. Think about it like this. Deuce didn't come in, McBride. He didn't come in until somebody got hurt, till OG got hurt, right? They tried to do a Precious Achua. He played some valuable minutes or whatever, but Deuce came in a game. He gave you a 21 game. He came in yesterday's game. He gave you some back. You don't know that until you put him in a game, though.
He got 8 players in this series. 9 players in this series playing double figures minutes.
But what I'm saying is you don't trust these other cats to come in and give you anything.
So you don't. But think about it. It's the playoffs, right? Don't everybody tighten their rotation?
I get that, but what I'm saying is like I said, I agree with you. They do tighten it up a little bit. But for Hart play like
Yeah,
20
that
minutes in
that,
a
that was
game.
that was that was ridiculous. Like playing the whole game, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But okay, let me ask you this: last night, I think Joker played like 47 minutes.
And you could tell he was tired.
You know what I'm saying? I think he played like 47 minutes.
Yeah, he played every minute, every minute except for one.
Now look at this. I'm looking at Deuce McBride. On the season, he played 68 games at 20 minutes a game. He played them.
He played him in the regular season, though. I'm not saying you're right. You're right. He did play him in the regular season. I see him in the regular season. What I'm saying is, you don't trust him enough in the playoffs to give him playoff minutes.
Let me see what he.
To at least spell him. Dude, before that, he wasn't even getting in the game, B.
Okay, let me see what he played in the playoffs, minutes wise. No, Nick, the man total 13 games in the playoffs. He's played 27 minutes a game.
I ain't see that.
Yeah, he played 20. I'm watching it right now. He played 26.7 minutes a game. He played 13 playoff games. He averaged in those minutes, he averaged 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists.
That's from those other games when dude got hurt. I'm telling you, he wasn't playing. I mean, he probably put them in, but he wasn't playing them like that. He probably coming in spelling people but he wasn't playing them like that. B. I watched those games.
You know averages out of it's 13 games. He has to be playing minutes for it to average out to 27.
Yeah, but you think about it like this. What's the name got hurt?
Who you talking about? OG?
In this series, yeah.
Got hurt. OG got hurt like game 3.
Game 3. McBride played a significant amount of minutes after that.
Okay, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see game 2, he played 29 minutes. The game that OG got hurt, he played 32 minutes.
Right.
He playing them.
Who is he? He ain't playing. What's his name? Dang, I can't think of his name right now.
You ain't talking about Precious, right?
Nah, I'm talking about the other guard.
Shake Milton.
Nah, he ain't playing. He ain't playing him at all.
He played like
The other guard. They got traded over there.
Because the only people on the team, Alec Burks.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see how many. Let me see his minutes.
How many minutes he played?
Hold on. So Alec Burks played. He played 20 minutes a game.
I don't know. Maybe just I'm saying like he was playing them.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson played 36, DiVincenzo 39, Burks 20, Josh Hart 38, McBride 29, Hardenstein 32, OG played 24, Precious played 22, and then the next one, Mitchell Robinson played 12 before he got hurt. And then it's like 4 other people played like 5 minutes for somebody Jeffries, somebody Jericho Sims played 5 minutes. Shake Milton played 5 minutes, and somebody else, I can't pronounce his name, he played 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, I do agree that like when he played Josh Hart that stretch where he played like 2 whole games, I do agree that that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But even as a player, you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I know you don't never want to call yourself out the game, but you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Give me a minute or whatever. Because when you talk to Josh Hart was saying like, no, leave me in here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what the team needs right now.
And I get it, but I'm just saying, do that contribute to the injuries? Like that's all I'm saying. And then, but I mean, you bring up a good point though that he is actually playing. So then I pose this question to you: do you think the style of play that they play in, an aggressive play they play, is causing the injuries? Because if it's not the minute, then because when you bring up the numbers, obviously he's playing these players. You know what I'm saying? Because you getting all of them on the court for the most part, and you're gonna tighten up your rotation in the playoffs. So you're only gonna do probably 8-9 players, mainly 8. That's what they normally do in the playoffs. So do you think it's style of play then? And I love the style of play, so I'm not knocking the style of play. I love it. I'm just saying.
I just don't. You know what? I just think because you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, everybody it started with the Derrick Rose thing, so everybody gonna bring that up, and then now we got this run where people, you know what I'm saying, start going down. Julius Randle went down to a shoulder early part of the year, obviously. Mitchell, I know it was something with his leg. And then OG went out with a soft tissue injury, which is he went out with a hamstring. So I don't know, because think about this. They low manage Kawhi and he go down there,
yeah. And I'm not saying low management.
You know what I'm saying? Under the low management and everything like that, and he go down. So I don't think it's really been a correlation of resting. You know, you need some fucking rest. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying because I'll be the first to admit, I think that when he played Josh Hart all the minutes, that was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not so sure that just resting these guys or whatever like that, you know, or playing these guys big minutes automatically leads to injuries. And then I know you just asked about style of play. I don't know what other style they could have played to win. Like I
agree with you.
I think they had to give you a big dose of Jalen Brunson. I think Josh Hart and DiVincenzo played out of their mind. You know what I'm saying? So I think you had to play scrappy and everything like that with the personnel that you had. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they could have made it this far without playing like that.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm
saying? I agree with everything you're saying. I was just trying to see, like, because I mean, obviously, like, I'm not from New York, and I've only been in New York one time. So, but I mean, I do root for him. You know, I root for him because I root for Jalen Brunson, and I like how scrappy they are. You know what I'm saying? And I like the team. You know, to be honest with you, but is like, I mean, other than the Bulls, I would want to see the Knicks to win. I want to see the Knicks win.
I got a question. How much do we consider what the players say and the players' thoughts? And I'm speaking right now, speaking on Tibbs. Like, players are vocal, right? I don't know if you've seen Melo. He lets it be known his disdain or whatever for George Karl. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
So players will speak out about coaches. Obviously, Bron get coach fired or well, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously this happens. So how much do we take into consideration if players speak highly of coaches and be like, I want to play with for that coach again or whatever? Because that's what happens with Tibbs. Like, everybody who's played with Tibbs, including Derrick Rose, who people say he got hurt, has gone back to play for him. I think Derrick can play for him twice again, like with New York and with Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Joe Kim, them, Jimmy Butler, them, everybody speaks highly of him. And that they want to play for him and that they want to, you know what I'm saying, that they have run through a wall for him and everything like that. So how much does that matter? Excuse me. And how much do we, you know what I'm saying, take the player's opinion into play when we're making this decision on how we judging these coaches?
I think the players' opinion speaks value. You know what I'm saying? It's the most important to anything because that's just like with any coach, any player. Like, you want to play for somebody who you feel comfortable with and who brings the best up out of you. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and like I said, I'm not talking bad about Tibbs at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just posing a question because I hated to see them be that good and be that scrappy of a team just to fall short again. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think, not to control, I definitely think they can't make this run again with this team. I definitely think something got to happen with this team, though. So I don't, you know what I'm saying, for you to, for you know what you're saying, like to go back out there and do it, I don't think that, and Jalen, my man, and all that, but I think this team definitely overachieved. Something got to be added or something, Nick.
Well, we talked about this though.
Yeah,
we talked about that. You know, now only problem is they probably gonna bring Randall back because they didn't make it to. You know, that's what they probably gonna do. Unfortunately, you know, and I mean, it's no knock to him. I'm not really a Jalen Randall fan, but I mean, he's a solid player though. But I just don't feel like with the way they play, I don't feel like he fits the mold for for them.
He don't seem to be as scrappy as them, do he? Or as grimy as them, or
nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope, not at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like the move to make for the Knicks would be to trade him and get some pieces and get something to fit that mold of a team. You know what I'm saying? I think OG can come in and prove that he can.
I was just gonna say. That's what I was just gonna say. I was gonna say I think OG could do what he do.
Yeah, and he's scrappier.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying? Think OG could give you his production.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
is that one star or superstar enough and just the rest scrappy players? Or is OG ready to take another step into a secondary role? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is he ready to take another step? And then Harden and DiVincenzo keep doing what they doing? Like is
I think so. I mean, he was putting up numbers in 2 consecutive games before he got hurt. Yeah. You know, so he put up numbers. So I think so. You know, he came from Toronto just like Siakam.
And I think they missed his defense because after he went down, you didn't have a big body like that to throw at Siakam.
Yep. And I like that Thibs put out pressures.
Yeah.
Put out pressures just to see.
Right.
I mean, you know, he tried it, but I mean, he had to go with Deuce because Deuce was, you know, performing and
he ended up putting Deuce in the starting lineup.
Because he was balling.
Yeah.
He's balling. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what these Knicks gonna do next year. There was a great run from them this year. Fell short, obviously. I don't know if I agree with you on the overachieving. I mean, I guess you could say that because Randall went down and nobody expected anything from. I guess you could say it from that standpoint. But I think they was a solid team from the beginning, and I think Julius Randle going down was a good thing for the
It
for
ended up being a blessing in disguise.
yeah. So yeah, but shout out to the Knicks though for making it to Game 7, and hopefully next year with all them healthy and hopefully some new pieces come along that be a better
But
year
see,
for them.
that be the hard part because now, and I understand you got to beat, what I'm saying, in order to get to where you got to get to, you got to beat the best and everything like that. So I get it and I respect that and everything. But you got to think next year, everybody coming back healthy. You know what I'm saying? These teams gonna come back healthy and stuff like that. So sometimes you got to seize the moment when the
That's
opportunity is
true.
best for you. Because now next year you get the Giannis's back, you get the Embiid and they'll probably be more healthy and probably made
Yeah,
some moves and stuff like that. So that's why I say I don't really think New York can afford to stand pat and not make no splash, man. Because I think
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You're gonna have to deal with more stars being healthier, or maybe possibly some moves being made. You know what I'm saying with these other teams, and you don't want to just sit still and they improving their rosters.
but I also look at it like this though, B. I look at it like with this group playing together like they did this year, and OG came in late, what I'm saying, and then this style of play, even though they was kind of playing this way throughout the whole year, but this particular style without Randall being in there, this style of play came later.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think having a full year of them three Villanova boys, even though they played together before, they playing together now, you know what I'm saying, in New York, and then adding OG with a full year. I think it's time to probably get rid of Mitchell Robinson. He can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? He always some with his foot all the time. I gotta just have me wash my hands. I'm sorry. Hardenstein has proven solid.
he gonna get
You know what
paid
I'm saying?
too.
Yeah, Hardenstein has proven
Yeah,
solid. Uh, I'm gonna shop Randall, get some pieces to try to get me another big man and get somebody in there that can deuce. You know what I'm saying? He took a step, so now you can see. Now you see he's gonna be competitive. He's hitting the three. He's driving. So you got these pieces now. You add to that with shopping Randall, and I think they got a good chance of getting back there. Because I mean, you can't you saying these other players get healthy. When they get healthy and then get some more pieces, then it's an even playing field.
and it's like when Randall went down. I think before he went down, they was playing around that fourth and fifth seed and all up in there. So once he went down, they shot up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to the Knicks, Jalen Bronson, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Brad, all them guys, man. They showed me a lot of heart, man, and they went out there and did their thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout
Yeah.
out to them guys, man, on winning, making it to the second round, Game 7. Unfortunately, they couldn't
So
get it done and make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But shout out to them. Man, now we got to move over here to these Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets, man.
I say let's talk about the one who actually took care of business in Game 7.
That's now I'll be the first to say coming into the playoffs, coming into the year for the most part, but coming into the playoffs, uh, the teams that I had were the team that I had the Bucks, and so I will want them. And then just because I ride with what I'm saying, with Russ, I don't like the Clippers. I didn't have no faith in the Clippers, none of that. But you know what I'm saying, them the two players that I would have liked to see and to get it done the most. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like we just talked about Bronson. I like Bronson. I like Jaylen Brown. There's different players that I like, but able to lay claim was to the Bucks because that's who I had winning. So now,
Right.
with that being said, I ain't really got a horse in the race. It's teams that I would prefer to see win or whatever, but
Right.
I can't really lay claim to, you know what I'm saying, them or whatever. So with that being said, man, I did want to see the Minnesota Timberwolves beat Denver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have nothing against Joker and Murray and them because they cool. You know, I don't root for them. I don't root against them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They cool. I just got a respect for them. Not Denver, Minnesota. I didn't root for Minnesota or nothing like that, but as the momentum picked up, and I like Ant-Man. I can't say like I'm an Ant-Man fan. He my guy, nothing like that. But
Right.
you can't root for this little boy, man. After you seeing, you know what I'm saying, what he doing, and that killer and that dog come out of him, man. Like so, my preference for that series, and now to be honest, for the championship, is Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of torn because, like, again, my guy Jaylen Brown over there with Boston, I would kind of like to see him get over the hump. But other than that, man, that Ant-Man boy, he tough. And so, for people don't know, they end up beating Denver, the defending champs, yesterday, Game 7. What, 98-90? Something like that. They came from 20 down. So the way the series went, Minnesota went up 2-0. Then Denver won 3 straight. So Denver went up 3-2. And then Minnesota came back and won the last 2 to close them out. So they beat them last night. They beat them in Denver, didn't they? Beat them in Denver. In Denver last night. So they knocked out the defending champs and they advanced into the Western Conference Finals. Now, Ant-Man didn't have a particularly great shooting night. You know what I'm saying? He shot like 6 for 24, something like that. Some of the other players stepped up and everything. So, but he had a hell of a series, and so far has had a hell of a playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, what did you think? Did you have him winning the series, winning that game last night, or what?
I'm not gonna say I had him winning it, but I wanted them to. You know what I'm saying? And I think they've proven that they could win at Denver. You know what I'm saying? They won 3 games.
And
counting Game 7, they won 3 games in Denver. So I mean, it was only thing you could say that was against their side was their experience of being in that moment.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, they've proven that they could win in Denver. So I mean, but yes, I wanted my teams yesterday to win. That I want to win. Like you had talked yesterday. It was New York and Minnesota. Those are teams I wanted to win. One of them I was 50-50. You know what I'm saying? One of them won, one of them lost. But yeah, I mean, going into the series, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a toss up for me because going into the series, I wanted Minnesota to win, but I'm like, shit, it's Denver. You know what I'm saying? So that was the only thing with that. But yeah, I'm happy with the results because, and you know what? It goes back to what we was talking about. Cat must be listening to the show.
Why you say that?
Because we said that the only way that Minnesota's gonna win if Cat get in that post and start, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he did.
And I made some we argued back and forth yesterday. I made some posts about him. It's funny you just segued into him. I'm gonna tell you, I got issues with him. And I understand that he played fairly well yesterday. I had made a post about him not being on shit, you know what I'm saying, just period. And so people took it at me in that game. I don't like Cat. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat that or anything like that. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't like Cat, man. I think Cat is more fascinating. Man, he made that statement a few years back or a year or so back about him being the best shooting big man.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about, what you're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? I think he relies too much on wanting to be that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Ant-Man is coming into his own as a superstar. If he got a solid number 2, like a Cat or whatever like that, then he could take off. Cat cannot be up and down and iffy. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Some nights he don't shoot the ball. Some nights he don't shoot it well. Some nights he don't defend. Some nights he don't do it. And then he'll tease you with a good night. You know what I'm saying? Last night he had, 23 and 12? You know what I'm saying? I didn't like some of the stuff I saw. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, when me putting out a post about him may have been a little premature because he did end up playing some solid defense and, before everything. But that's my issue with him. Like,
he's just not consistent enough.
If he just, like, yeah, and just not dogging enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you wanna be this stretch so bad, bro. Get your big ass down there in that post. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying don't shoot it though. He can shoot it. I'm not saying don't shoot it, but we like we talked about before. Where we need you, and you can do it, get down there and do it.
Yes.
Now if it's a pick and pop when you're doing a 2-man game with you and Ant, then by all means, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're hitting. But if the game calls for you to be in the post and be dominant in that post, then that's where you need to be. And I mean, I'll just say for game 7, that's what he did. But I agree with you though. He had to be more consistent with doing that in order for them to go, to take it to the next step. Because you can't be on.
I think I lost your sound for a minute. I think I lost your sound.
You hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you. I couldn't hear you. You got to repeat that.
I said, what part did you
hear? Whatever your last little statement is, I didn't just hear that.
I said, shout out to Jaden McDaniels because he had 23. And he had 20 points in the last 2 games. So not only was he playing solid defense, he was scoring.
Right.
Oh, shit. Shout out Mike Conley. Shit.
Yeah. You remember me asking you, and I know I've had this conversation with a couple of people. You remember me asking you if you thought Denver was a juggernaut? And a lot of people did. I didn't, and the reason I asked that question is because as good as they are and were, and as much, how good I saw them play and everything, I didn't feel that they were a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of people gave that as the excuse of why they lost to the Lakers. I mean, why the Lakers lost to them. Man, that's a juggernaut. Ain't nobody. You know how many times I heard ain't nobody beating Denver? Shit like that. I never felt that way. I couldn't confidently say like, all right, Minnesota finna get them or whatever. But I did not see juggernaut, bro. I did not see unbeatable. I did not see Shaq and Kobe or KD Warriors or you know what I'm saying? As you coming to see some of them teams, you like, okay, this one of the special teams or whatever. I didn't see that, bro. I saw a good team, a great team. I ain't gonna just call them good like they that executed down the stretch, had a superstar that was playing lights out, you know what I'm saying, with a star with Jamal Murray, if he get going, Michael Porter and them do whatever, but the bench wasn't deep. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of flaws in that team, bro. And that's why I say the Lakers are wild for letting them people handily beat them like they were doing, bro. Because you remember me asking you that though, like, man, you think they're I didn't see juggernaut, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I said they were either.
No, but I know a lot of people were saying that, and that's what made me ask, like, am I tripping or do you see juggernaut? Like unbeatable? No. I didn't see that, bro.
Nah, because the I'm about to say the Bulls. Oh, I'm about to say the Bears. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking about right now. But those games with the Lakers was always close.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was blowing them out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the games were always close. It's just that the Lakers just didn't, except for that one game that they, it was just always close. So, I said they blowing them out. And then you could tell they in the juggernaut when Minnesota came in and got them 2 games.
Yeah.
In Denver. You know what I'm saying? So
I asked somebody a question yesterday. Everybody knows that Ant is nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that Ant that he cold, whatever like that. What if it's not just that he nice and he cold? What if he's the next one of them? Like, what if we're looking at Kobe again, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what if we're not understanding what we have here? Like, what if he's the next like generational guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he's the next one of them, and we not fully understanding that he's the next, like he Kobe or he. You get what I'm saying? Like
Along that mic round.
yeah. Like, what if we seeing the next one of them and we not realizing it?
I think we are realizing it though. I mean, I know I'm realizing it. I gather you realizing it. You know what I'm saying? I think across the board, that narrative is that we're realizing it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can see it. You know, so this just isn't like
Right. Like, what if this is not a James Harden who, we saying some nice shit, but this is Kobe?
yeah, and I'm about to say that. I'm about to say Jimmy Butler.
Right,
I
right.
mean, Jimmy is a
You know
solid
what's funny?
player.
I said that yesterday. That I used that narrative yesterday. I
Yeah,
love Jimmy, but
me
what if
too.
this is not just a magical Jimmy run, but like this Kobe?
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I don't want to like crown him, too early or whatever. They put that pressure on him, but I think that's what we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're seeing, and I think everybody's seeing it though. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me and you, but I think everybody's seeing it. Everybody's seeing that he's special.
Like, but is it generational special? Like
I think so.
once every amount of years special. Like, you think
I think so.
because think about this. We all realize that Tatum nice and Tatum is special. You could probably use the word special with Tatum or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, Tatum ain't Kobe.
Mm-mm.
Tatum ain't, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, what if you get what I'm saying? Like, what if because nobody said Tatum was LeBron. And I'm
Right.
just saying, like, due to their positions, what I'm saying, the size
Mm-hmm.
wise. Nobody said that. I've heard like him being compared maybe to a KD or somewhere like that, but nobody said like a LeBron special. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So what if he's surpassing what Tatum can do? What I'm saying? Stuff like that. What if again? I hate to keep reiterating, but what if we're seeing Kobe? What if we're seeing Michael fucking Jordan? What if I'd rather throw Kobe out there because Mike is
That's why I say on
still
the realm of Mike.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Mike is
Yeah,
still
yeah,
just a different monster. But what if we're
yeah.
seeing a Kobe?
I think that's what we're from my eyes, I see that's the trajectory of what we're seeing from him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not only competitive on the offensive side of the ball, he's going to stick your best player on defense. He wants to lock down that player. So
And not
I
just
think
wants to lock him down.
yeah, he's locking them down.
Like, I'm on that. Like, he
Yeah,
was picking Jamal Murray shit coming up half court. And see, and I the man, like, he wasn't shooting the ball well, right? And I don't know if you remember, they had him mic'd up. And he was
mm-hmm.
still talking that shit. Like, I ain't gonna quit. I ain't finna. You know what I'm saying? He was talking that shit, boy. And he was like, and I'm gonna go out here and do other things. I'm gonna rebound the
Yeah,
ball. He had like 8 rebounds, or he had 7 rebounds. He had like 8 assists. He was picking that boy pocket. You know what I'm saying? Coming across.
yeah,
I think he had a block. He was, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't shoot this motherfucker well, but I'm finna do all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And just when I do hit these shots, they gonna be timely shots. They gonna be shots that, like, he rejuvenates the troops. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? He a leader, bro. Like, so he didn't shoot that ball well, but that motherfucker, like, still get on my back, though. Still, like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, that team still went as that little boy went, bro.
yeah. And that's why I said that I think that not just because people want to put it with kind of equated to like scoring, so like, but what we're talking about is a mindset.
Correct.
You know what
Correct.
I'm saying? What we talking about is like a dog
Energy.
mentality. Yeah.
Energy, a mind. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. So when you're talking about a Kobe, or when you're talking and you want to put a Mike name in there, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about mindset of the game. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a Jason Tatum who can score at a high clip. You got a Jaylen Brown. You got a, you know what I'm saying? You got a, we mentioned a Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? We mentioned these players who are good players and great players in their own right. But what we're talking about is putting them in that same conversation of a mindset of a player. And that's what we're seeing happen.
Do you remember the Lakers' last championship, obviously against Boston, right? Remember they was down. If you remember, Kobe shot 6 for 24 in Game 7. You know what I'm saying? But he had like 15 rebounds. He had, you know what I'm saying? He did other shit, and like he made the pass to Ron Artest to hit the big shots, and you get what I'm saying? It was still a man, like you say, it was something. Yeah, I didn't play well this game shooting the ball wise. You know what I'm saying? Scoring wise, Kobe didn't score that ball well. But everything else he brought, and just everybody know, like he'd already instilled this shit in them. You know what I'm saying? He already gave the confidence to them guys to be able to hit big shots. You remember last series when them people say, "Oh man, what you gonna do with KD?" KD, well, we got a Josh McDaniels over here. You know, you remember that? And so you don't think that boosts Josh's confidence? And so now, right, Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah.
You don't think that boosts his confidence? And now you now you see what you just mentioned a minute ago with him scoring 20 in these last games or whatever. You never know. That shit could have came from that comment. That simple comment of fuck KD, we got this boy. You don't think, man, they believe in me like this? You know what I'm saying? Like they giving me the green light like this. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch that series against Phoenix, that boy Josh played defense and offense. If you look at the way that this series started, when they was hounding Jamal Murray and all of this type of shit, that was them. So Shorty at that young age of 22 is putting that shit in them other boys, man. That Cat couldn't do over the years. Rudy couldn't do over the years. Even though Mike Conley is a leader and calms the ship and everything like that, it's a certain energy he couldn't put in them boys that man putting in them, man.
It's crazy because I think Jimmy was trying to do it.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the way Jimmy was trying to do it just wasn't being received.
Jimmy a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't want to say it like that.
That's my dog, but Jimmy like an asshole. He a jerk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's different leadership ways, of doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think the way that Ant is doing it is working for the team other than because, like I said, Jimmy was trying to do it, but the way he was doing it just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I hope that I definitely want to see them make it to the finals.
Yeah.
Now, who wins from there, I don't know. But I definitely want to see them get to the finals, bro. It's going to be a rough one, though. It's going to be a rough one.
And I ain't going to lie, it's been a good playoffs to me.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you see now everybody's left. All the young boys, man. All these old niggas gone. I think, like I say, maybe Conley and Kyrie probably the oldest two. Horford. You know what I'm saying? Guys
Boston.
Yeah, probably the last guys that's, you know what I'm saying?
But you talking about starters, though.
But it got to be Horford been starting due to Porzingis been out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they've been starting him due to that. But Conley, Kyrie, Horford, probably the oldest guys that's left in this thing. So shout out to the young guys, man. Man, we literally look like we seeing a changing of the guard, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now guys like Freak them is the old guys, Freak and Paul George and all that who came in and like I think their years was like 2012 and 13. You know what I'm saying? Them the old guys now. Well, you know,
What, 11, 12 years in the league?
Brian them is the old guy, but I'm saying,
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
finna
yeah.
be time for Brian them to get out the way. No, tell him to y'all bring your iPads. So, okay. So I think it's time for the Bronze and KD and them to get out the way. You know, I really don't think they have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Because these young boys coming, or either you're gonna have to team up with them young boys. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But yeah, other than that, it's the ADs, the freaks, Kyries, Paul George, all them guys that came in like anywhere from 2012, 13, whatever. Them the like the vets now or whatever. But these young boys who came in the last 5-6 years, and that's the trajectory though. Like Mike won his first, after 7 years. I think LeBron was probably after. So this is when these guys start winning anyway, and it seems like they right on cue and they right on schedule to start winning, and they not nervous, bro. They taking the reins like shit. Come on with it. You know what I'm saying? The Lucas. Because people forget Luka's still young. I know it seems like he's been here a while or whatever. Luka's still young. Luka, the Shays, you know what I'm saying? We talking about Ant-Man them. You know what I'm saying? Tatum them still young. They still 25 and 26 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They still young. Halliburton them, Jalen Brunson, and you know what I'm saying? So the league is in good hands, bro. So especially if an Ant is really like that, what we saying? If Ant is Kobe Bryant, and then you got Luka who looks like he finna be, he shown himself to be special. You know what I'm saying? Halliburton, SGA showing himself to be special. So, hey man, it look like we set for some good basketball for, you know what I'm saying, for years to come.
I like this basketball. I think the era of it's my fault. I haven't put out the episode that we was talking about this, but I'm gonna put it out today. But this era of basketball right now is more entertaining for me.
Correct. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? That era of let's team up, let's do all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't like it then, to be honest with you.
Me either.
But this era right here is way more competitive. It's way more exciting. I think it's bringing more people back to the game of basketball. I mean, even though they got $1 billion revenue, so obviously people always been watching. But I just think this game, has rejuvenated the NBA, especially these playoffs.
I agree.
Especially these playoffs. And I know you probably got to go, man. I just want to touch right quick on how much time you get?
Like 5.
Let's touch right quick. And I seen this comment, and I think it's true. So with the WNBA, so you got Caitlin Clark got in there, got drafted number 1. You got Angel Reese drafted number 9, I believe it was, to Chicago Sky. And you got these new, rookies coming in who's bringing so much attention to the WNBA. So, like every game that Caitlin Clark been playing in, sold out arena.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what was said was, and it was from I can't think of his name right now. But what he said was this. He was like, man, look, we get it. Y'all want to prove that the WNBA is a competitive league. It ain't going to be no cakewalk. He's like, but you might want to let this girl come in here and kill a little bit. Because she the reason why y'all getting these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So y'all want to come in there and play her tight. Don't let her scold nut. You know what I'm saying? Trying to humiliate her in the league. Nigga, she the one getting y'all this paper, though.
Yeah, motherfuckers pride getting away, though. Because a lot of people like, man, y'all letting this, whether it's the Great White Hope or just this, you know what I'm saying, these people come in here like this, we've been doing this shit. Like we've been cold with it. You know what I'm saying? We've been awesome. So it's like we ain't finna let y'all just come in here and get Shorty and them all this shine, man. That motherfucker at your ass, boy. You know what I'm saying?
And I get it.
You remember the Olympics when Mike and them say they about Tony? Yeah, when he like, yeah, Jerry Krause, like, oh man, so he didn't. All right, Mike, like, let me get him first. Then Scotty, like, let me get him. Well, man, don't nobody like that shit, bro. When you the next
I
great
get it.
one, and I've been here, but I get what you're saying. Right now. So so I'm supposed to let her drop 30 on my head and be
Now
all
I'm
over.
not saying. Now what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it don't have to equate to wins like that. But you still let her you let her kill a little bit though.
How though? So what do? I back up? Like how do I? So if you talking to me, I'm playing her tonight. What are you telling me to do?
Have you watched the games? They picking her up at full court. Like even when she ain't got the ball, the player next to her, you know what I'm saying? Like they
I
ain't
see
trying to
she's
get her
still doing
shit.
other stuff. Like she's still rebounding and assisting the ball a little bit and
She ain't got
everything
no
like that.
choice.
But she's struggling on that shot though.
Yeah, she ain't got no choice. In her first game, she had 10 turnovers.
I didn't know that.
Yes. She ended up with a dub with scoring. She had 10 turnovers. The next game, I think she had like 9. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so is that on coaching then? Like we got to find another way to get her a shot. Maybe take the ball out of her hands a little more.
I
And
mean, they are.
set her up in different spots where she coming off picks or you know what I'm saying, maybe posting or whatever, you know, whatever else she can do, opposed to keeping that ball in her hand and letting her look this bad. And I'm pretty sure that I know that that's hurting the team. I ain't gonna say pretty sure. There's no way that 9-10 turnovers is not hurting your team. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. Hey, matter of fact, shelf this because this is the conversation. Yeah, we got to come back to this. Okay. But I don't know if I'm stepping back or doing none of this shit to let you, you know what I'm saying, put 30 on my head, G.
I mean, I feel what you're saying, but I'm also saying, like, I'm kind of in agreement. I'm mad that I can't think of his name right now. He's a guard that played for Atlanta and he played for Minnesota. Teague, Jeff Teague. I couldn't remember his name, but yeah, Jeff Teague.
Remember we had his weak ass brother Marcus.
Yeah. So that, and then we'll shelve it. I want to just mention this right now, and then we'll come back and talk about it probably tomorrow, another day. But also, the Las Vegas tourist committee or something like that, whatever, one of them, visitation, whatever they call them, they sponsored every Aces player on a team, giving them $100,000. So now they did that. The WNBA is investigating. What you investigate? But anyway, we'll talk about that. Right, hey, look at it.
Myself, so
dive into it, and then
for sure. All right, man. Another great episode, man. Bringing the biz. We'll be right back at you, man. Business. Peace.